Today we're going to be learning how to join this piece together. I have a previous video, which is the part one of this video, where we learned how to cut this beautiful stylish inverted pleat top. So today we're going to be learning how to join this piece together. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. So based on our last tutorial, I remembered how we went ahead to cut this and draft and cut this pattern. So I've gone ahead to place on my fabric. I'm making use of this gray crepe fabric. It's a thick fabric. So for the center front, it unfolds as you can see, and then you are going to be adding 0.5 inches on all parts you are going to be joining together, including the shoulder line. Then you can see at the side I added my seam allowance, and on the lower part I added an extra 1.5 inches simply because I wanted my length to be longer. So that's the center front, that's the front pattern rather. Then this is the back piece. So you can see the back piece. I also went ahead to add 0.5 inches on the joining part. And you can see on the zipper allowance, I added 0.5 inches extra to make it a complete 1 inch. And the lower part also, I added the same seam allowance for the front and the back, including the side. So this is how you should add your seam allowance together. Please also ensure you notch your zipper allowance to the waist region. Ensure you notch it. And my front pattern, ensure you notch your under bust and your bust part. Very, very important to help your joining to become seamless. So for the back, this is what you're expected to do. Just pick out your two piece like so, your one piece rather, then go ahead to start pinning. So you try as much as possible not to pull when you're pinning. Just go ahead to pick the two sides like so, and go ahead to match the two parts together. Now this particular process might be a little bit time consuming, but I assure you it's going to save you a lot of stress of losing your seams back and forth when you're on the machine. Now once you pin, you have to check out for shortage. If you look at mine now, when I was done pinning this, I noticed my the lower parts where I have my inverted pleats detail, it was not aligned. So I had to remove my pins. Then I had to make sure that the inverted pleat excess I ensure that that part was first aligned at the lower part. I went ahead to pin that. Okay, I went ahead to pin that as you can see me do. And from that front point now, I'm going to take the excess. I'll make sure I'm aligning it as I'm going upward back, ensuring I'm not pulling the fabric, but I'm just aligning that point together. So you want to take your time to do this, and by the time I got to the top, everything was equally aligned as you can see. So this is what this part is going to look like, and you are going to be sewing it down with 0.5 inches. So from that pinned part to where you have the inverted pleat detail, the excess, you are going to be sewing that part down. So you can see what it looks like even without sewing, right? So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so you are going to sew down to where you get the point I'm pointing, the part I'm pointing, where you get to 0.5 inches on your pleat detail. So I'm just going to go ahead to mark 0.5 inches on that part. That is where I'm going to stop my joining. So when I get to that point, after I'm done sewing, okay, I'm then going to flip it like this. I'm going to open up that pleat detail, okay, and I'm going to distribute it equally like so. Yes, I'm going to go ahead to distribute it equally, and I'm going to make sure I stitch on both sides, like 0.5 on one part, then 0.5 on the other part. I'm going to go ahead to pin that side. As you can see, yes, I'm going to be sewing 0.5 on that part. That is after I've sewn the straight seam first. Then I'm going to go ahead to sew 0.5 for the second part. That is from one part to the other. And that's just it for this inverted pleat detail. But first, sew the straight seam. So this is what it looks like when I'm done doing that. You can see that the inverted pleat detail is looking so good. So I'm just going to go ahead to the sewing machine. I'm going to be doing this off camera because of time, and I'm going to be showing you what this looks like finally when I'm done. So just for clarity purpose, I went ahead to show you what this looks like again. First of all, go ahead to sew the straight stitches first. Please do not distribute evenly without sewing the straight stitch first. Sew the straight seam first, then go ahead to fold your pleat detail into two. So this is the center front, and this is what it looks like. You can see that the center front was cut on fold, and for this part, like I said, notching the under bust and the bust region will really help, in sense that you'll be able to match each position correctly. So like I said, what we did at the back, go ahead to pin the pleat detail first. You can see that was what I did in my, I just picked one side, then I matched the pleat detail to give me an aligned one, an aligned, yes, an aligned end. And after that, you can see I went to mark 0.5 inches down so that I'm going to know where to stop when I'm stitching down. That's the first important step. Now, after doing that, the next thing, I just went ahead to match out my underbust down, underbust on the side pattern, and I match it to the underbust on the center front pattern. This is just to help my drafting sit well, okay? Then I went ahead to pin the other parts together so that as I sew, I'm going to be sewing without stress. So after doing that, I'm just going to go ahead to match the other parts together and ensure that everything is properly aligned. So if you're a total beginner, you want to take your time with this particular style. But to be honest, it's really easy if you follow everything in details. So I'm going to go ahead to sew this off camera also. Then I'm going to show you what the final outcome will become. So I'm going to be joining that part first, okay? I'm going to join that part first, and after joining that part, like I said during the back pattern when I was explaining the back part, after doing that, I'm going to go ahead to open it up like so. That is after joining the first part, the straight part, up to that part where I marked the ½ inch. After joining it, then I'm going to go ahead to divide the pleat details like so into two to give me something equal, and I'm going to go ahead to stitch on one side, then flip to the other side, stitch on the other side. And after doing all of this, I'm also going to take the second part of the center front, and I'm going to go ahead to repeat the same step over there. So this is what the back is going to look like when we are done joining. This is what it's going to look like when we are done joining. That's for the front. Please, if you take your time to align this properly and you see something is wrong, just take your time to loosen it and try to realign again. So this is what it's looking like in front, okay? So because I made use of pin, of course, it's not really tight. This is just for illustration purpose. And after doing this, you are going to be giving it a good press. That is after sewing, you are going to be giving it a good press. So I've gone ahead to join my, this is the back. I went ahead to add some stay to the zipper allowance, and I went ahead to give it a very good press. I also went ahead to turn the neck with facing off camera too. So this is what it looks like. You can see the way I ironed both. So you can see the center back. You can see how I opened that up. You want to make use of your bust ham to iron that part very well. Okay, and this is what the back looked like, okay, when I was done. So you can see that space in the middle, it's normal. Don't forget we took away 0.5 inches. So this is what the back of this blouse looks like, okay. So I'm going to go ahead right now to fix in my zipper for the back piece. I'm going to be using a zipper. Of course, it's a fitted blouse. I'm going to be using a zipper, and I'm just going to go ahead to fix the zipper off camera too, but I'm just going to show you the process while I go. So this is what the zipper look like, and I'm just going to open up the zipper excess, but please pay attention at this lower end. Remember that this is not hemmed yet, so I'm going to be leaving about 1 inch at that lower end before I go ahead to fix the zipper. I'm going to go ahead to pin the zipper for me to have a very neat finishing. I love to do that. I'll go ahead to pin the zipper, open it up, pin the zipper on both sides and fix the zipper. And after doing that, this is my front already. I already turned the neckline and I top stitched the neckline, as you can see, and I made use of my hemming gum to put this in place. Now if you have your serger, your overlock machine, you can go ahead to overlock this. I'm going to be doing that when I'm done, not now. So I'm going to go ahead after doing this. You can see what the front looks like, right? You can see how I stitch the front side by side for the inverted pleats detail. I'm just going to go ahead to join this at the shoulder region right now. I'm going to join the shoulder to shoulder, and I'm also going to join side to side, and I'm going to be making use of the seam allowance I added. So if you added 2 inches, make sure you mark out 2 inches at the side, the bust, the chest line region, the waist region, and the hip line region, which is the hem. If you left 1.5 inches, just make sure you are following the number of inches you left. So that is what I'm just going to do. I'm going to pin based on the number of seam allowance I left. And another thing I'm going to be doing off camera is to hem the armhole line. Yes, the armhole point rather, because this is a sleeveless top. I'm going to be hemming the armhole. You can make use of a bias to do that, or you can make use of the fabric itself. I'm not going to be showing us that. I did that off camera, okay, because of the length of this video. So you can see what my seam looked like for that pleat detail. You can see where I stopped for the when I was sewing straight, and you can see how I sewed from the middle to one point for the pleat details to sit well. So this is just me sewing the zip, and whenever I'm attaching my zip, I love to use my zipper foot because it just gives me that easy finish and it is easy to work with. So you can see on that lower part, like I said, I left about 1 inches away on the lower part, and I'm going to fold in the excess I have for my zip. And after doing that, I'm just going to show you what this cloth looks on me when I'm done. So you can see that the lower parts have some excess. This is what I'm going to be folding in as my hemline around the blouse now. So this is what it looks like at the back. Very easy, and it's also looking very neat. So this is the final outcome of the tutorial. I hope you're really enjoying this, and I forgot to indicate where I fixed the button. You can just go ahead to measure about 4 inches from your shoulder point. So I just went ahead to work with the number of buttons I have. I hope you're really enjoying this tutorial. Please don't forget to follow me on social media on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, and don't forget to hit the like button, drop a comment, and I'll see you in my next